that. I'm just going to get this going. Good evening. My name is Adam R. Wood. They call me the Zotmeister. Welcome to Warlord Wednesday, where once again, Master of Orion II Battle Anta Antares awaits us. That is not the right application. There we go. There's the cursor I need to see. Let's get this going. Things looking strong at the moment. There was quite the loss of computer players last session, and it wasn't my fault. For whatever reason, the Trilarians, who I have been coexisting with in this star system since extremely early on in the game, have been perfectly happy with me. No issues, no arguments, no battles or skirmishes, nothing. They have been systematically taking out one by one every other player in the game. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it before. But there you have it. And so we are now down to 3 players, and I am currently getting along with both of them. And I am perfectly fine with this. I mean, I could have won the game by now. An election came up that I could have won. I could have simply said, yes, I will vote for myself. I'll accept the ruling. But no, I abstained because I promised I would be showing off the Antaran homeworld this game, that I would be winning the game by sacking it. And so, on we go. But my objective for tonight is this very important waypoint along the way. Sacking Orion, defeating the space death lobster that is its guardian. Okay, so where did we leave off exactly? I seem to be building battle stations everywhere. Glorious. Ah, yes. I just designed a Titan-sized ship, which I have, of course, named Oswin. Man. Gotta love it. That is a silicoid planet, so of course it does not need any of those. Right. Once I get a few Oswinds in place... Yes, Oswind. And it would appear that I currently have enough spare command points for 11 of them. Yeah, I think Orion might be doable. One can hope. Chocolate Deluxe, hello, good to see you here. And also, of course, hello to Courtier and Zeravok 3. Glad you could be here. Right now, this moment in time, things seem to be stable in the galaxy, so this is a good time for me to do whatever sort of building up needs to happen. And, well, actually I kind of started that about 2/3 of the way through last session. I did spend quite a bit of time just building things, my colonies, but it is now officially ship construction time. We get these battle stations up and running. I should have even more command points, have even more ships. I think it's safe to say that at this point... Ooh. Oh, well, that's... Okay. I did hire you. You are going somewhere. That's fine. I think I sort of have the other players in check. Right now, the main concern that I have would be the Antarans, their occasional raids. Hopefully the Trilarians don't suddenly up and decide to come after me. Mind you, if they did, that would probably be a very bad decision on their part. Like, extremely bad. I should easily have them dealt with. I do have jump gates now, so my ships can get from star to star a lot faster. I have 5 battleships to their 2. My ship's pretty solid. I think I'm pretty good. King of I don't even know what you're talking about, King Cool. Also, hi! Oh, and, oh, yeah. Watch that first step, Jesendar. It's a doozy. Good to see you here. Okay, you have not missed me click end turn yet. But, anyone who's not near has! Ah! Oh, wow! Okay. I spent a good portion of my last session complaining that I didn't find anybody famous yet. Figures, 1 turn in this session, and they changed that for me. Commissioner Mentox, the legendary scientist, plus 60% research on the planet. He just straight up generates 30 research points himself, and he is famous. In fact, he's super famous with that star. That minus 360 BC you see there will be deducted from the hiring cost of every further leader that comes my way. And just the fact that I have someone who is famous means that the better leaders are once again even more likely to come my way. This is precisely the breakthrough that I was waiting for. Please do, King Cool. Please do. That would be great. A first aid kit in good condition. Actually, I don't think they say that for first aid kits. They talk about how much of it's been used. And as if he wouldn't be good enough on that, on his own. And incidentally, that 8 BC a turn I'll have to pay him, that famous ability will reduce that as well. I don't know the exact formula, but yeah, I will not be paying him 8 BC a turn. He will actually affect his own payment cost. And if you've got multiple famous leaders, I think they all stack, or is it just the best one? No, I think they all stack, actually. And of course, it becomes even more likely that other famous leaders come along, and yeah, this becomes a grand old party. He also comes with some techs. Now, Research Lab I already have. That was the first thing I researched. Auto Lab, on the other hand, is something that I passed by, but I am happy to see that. Auto Lab is extremely simple. It's a building you put on a planet, it generates 30 research points each turn. Period. End of story. Straight up. Just bang, 30. Yeah, considering how many colonies I have and how many research points I'm generating a turn right now, I think that's gonna help. I think that's gonna help a lot. Yes, I will hire him! Gladly. Ellen has finished. Alright. Andromeda has a battle station. Well, I guess we'll just go straight into Auto Lab then, won't we? Great timing. As a matter of fact, I am going to now go colony by colony and start adding them into the queues. Ooh, let's see. We are going to, in this case, battle station. That slot. Here we go. Oops. Auto Lab. We'll take a moment, sorry. The Oswins can wait briefly. It's only going to delay them like a turn or two. With all the production I'm getting here. Battle Station first, then Auto Lab, thank you. Housing? No, Auto Lab. Do I want to... Okay, you know, I'm actually going to buy it here. Because I want to have at least one colony doing research for me to put my new leader on. As a matter of fact, let me do that right now before I forget. I don't have any leaders at home right now. Assign him to home. Excellent. Now, here's where that little thing I mentioned last time comes into play. I don't get any more leaders coming my way, any more colony leaders, anyhow. Unless and until I free up a space for one, I will not get any offers. I don't even get the chance to be like, oh, someone wants to come work with me? I can hire this guy to make room. No, I get no offers whatsoever. And there are at least 2 or 3 leaders that are far superior than the ones that are sitting in this list right now. I still very much want to have a chance at getting, so somebody needs, literally needs, to go. And I think at the moment, looking at what I see here, as much as I love having a very good instructor and labor leader for a silicoid planet, tactics and commando are not things I need. Most of the ships I have already are already maximum experience. I'm going to let Rashiki go. Miss them. There we go. Yes, I pay no maintenance on either of them. Only 4 on this guy. See, I told you. His own famous ability reduces his own cost there. And there is now a spot open, and hopefully one of the top tier choices will come along. Hoping. Absolutely hoping. Okay. Yes. We can just leave this one on research. Under those circumstances, this is where I left off. We're all still in the same sorting order. Autolab! Stock exchange... Ooh. Okay. So that one's a little further behind. Put fighter garrison down there. Battle station, then Autolab. Battle station, Autolab. Looks like the next 3 are going to be this way. Oh. Put it in there. Station, Autolab. Lastly, this colony, which kind of just got started. There's a space at the bottom now. Looks like it's going to be research lab. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this weird striping thing that's going on. Not the best of sheeps, as it were. It's never an easy choice, let me tell you. But especially now that I have a famous leader, and I have a much better chance of the really good ones coming along, all the sources of money that I can get are going to be very helpful, very key. So the ones that are boosting my trade agreement and have mega wealth themselves, giving me another 10, yeah, I would very much like to hold on to that. Right now I am producing 17 surplus food. Probably due to the bane of my existence. Silicoids, farming. Nearly in tears last time. Alright, let's get things producing faster here. That's the smallest colony I have. Fewer farmers there. Big plus. Big plus. Alright, so the research points per turn I'll be getting should take a sizable jump. Mind you, when I'm not producing, I actually shunt all these people over to research. I do get a very good chunk, but the auto labs give me a very, very nice baseline. That should more than double. Yeah, that should more than double by the time I'm done building all of those. And that would be with everybody still on production. So, hard to argue with that. Autolab's a solid chunk. Hey look, Commissioner Valen just leveled up. I think I made a good choice in keeping him. Even better financial leader. Stronger trader. Mind you, Mega Wealth never levels up. Never gets better. Alright. Looks like we finished one Autolab. Of course, this is the one I bought. Closing, please. 3 little helps. As a matter of fact, it's kind of tempting to take the 2... Oh. Huh. Right. There still is pollution they generate. It's just that they get to ignore a certain portion of it. It's not like whatever it is that they produce has no pollution. There is still a factor involved. It's based on the percentage of the population on the planet. It actually goes into detail on that if you look at the description for environmentally tolerant. So yes, even though I've got my tolerant people here doing the production, they are actually still generating waste barrels. It won't make a difference who I've got there. In other words, the devs thought of that. It's not worth it anyway. Just get more research points. Okay, have an Autolab here. I don't need any of those other things. Let's get an Oswin going. It would take 12 turns here. That's good enough, I think. I'm producing... Oh, wow. That's really going up. 46% chance of getting the tech this turn. I think... Ooh, really? Weird. Because I might have to sort them by food. No, I don't think I can pull off anybody else. That's okay. That's pretty solid. There we go. Microbiotics. That growth rate up. Got lots of colonies that need to grow. Alright, what do I want next? A tough choice. I have the tendency to leave power alone. I tend to ignore it. Just don't find it as useful as the other fields, and sometimes entire games will go by where I sort of forget to advance it beyond this, honestly. If I go past antimatter, then there's usually something that might interest me a little. It's not up until here that I actually really like to see the things. As the energy absorber, let's say a ship not only simply not take certain damage that comes into it, but actually store it up and fire it back against its attackers. It's a cute little thing. The high energy focus lets lets energy weapons become significantly overloaded. It's just straight up damage boost. Kind of hard to argue with that. But my favorite is actually Mega Fluxers, which is an achievement. Passive bonus. All your ships, they can just straight up hold 25% more stuff in their hulls. And that means that the ships are... Either you can, you know, make one with even more systems in it and quite the tank, or just leaving that extra space empty means the ship is more maneuverable. So that's actually a significant combat boost. I think a lot of people never really sort of figured that out when it came to it. So that... Each and every one of those three is actually really good, and it's a tough decision to make when you get to that tier, if you even bother. There's often little reason to go up the power tree at all, really. Beyond, say, where I've already gone. Shield capacitors, I did mention how awesome those are, and if I had shields, that would mean something. I suppose I should actually go get shields, huh? Would make a big difference. And just in case anybody else decides to pack ion pulse cannons, would almost be necessary. Well, let's see, where is Class 5 shield? It's a few trips down, and I don't need either of those. Multi-wave ECM jammer is not that much better than the standard one, and the wide area jammer, if I wanted to take that approach, obsoletes it very nicely. It actually allows you to have essentially a king ship and save the space on all your other ones. That's very strong stuff. At this tier, as powerful a weapon as the Gauss cannon can be, I don't need that anymore. My strategy will not require that at all, so this tier would be a very easy choice. I would take the Class 5 shield, and that, especially if I add on shield capacitors, should make my ships pretty much invulnerable to anything the enemy might be sending my way shy of, I don't know, probably the phasers. And that's probably the best thing I could be going for right now, honestly. So I think I will. What do I get in the 2 tiers leading up to that? That's the question. And this can be a tough choice for me here. Personal shield. Plus 20 to ground combat. My big weaknesses. Stealth field is something that you can equip on a ship that makes it invisible on the main map. It's a thing. It's tough to put an actual value on that. I don't know how useful it is against the AI. It can be extremely useful against other players. Curiously, there is actually a racial pick that gives you this. Stealthy ships. It's something that the Darlocks start the game with, as I mentioned. There is, however, a counter racial pick to this, the Omniscient pick. Not only shows you the entire galaxy, you get to see everything everywhere at the very beginning. And throughout the course of the game, it does reveal every ship on the map, even if they also have stealth fields. It gets around that. That can be a very, very strong choice to make, and I do often take Omniscient. I do often... that sort of little 3-point leeway that I have, sometimes I'll put it that way. Stealth suit, though... I have to admit, especially with the way things are going for me now, and remembering the way things were, I could probably use all the help I could get on spy rolls. Admittedly, the Darlocks are gone, but still, spying remains one of my potential great weaknesses. The personal shield, though, that could make potentially a very, very big difference. It's just the chance of it mattering at all is incredibly slim. I have been pretty good at immobilizing Antaran ships, but my chances of actually taking one over are very thin. Amy Compton, hi. Jod, hi. Good to see you here. Sorry, I was off on a bit of a bit of an exposition there. I demand that you stop spying. Actually, no. Specs survived. Specs, some way, somehow, did not die last night. All right. Well, this is definitely the next thing I'm going for. Gauss cannon makes you think of old school computer monitors. I don't know if anybody used the degauss button for its serious intended purpose all that often. It's just a really, really neat thing to watch the monitor do. It's like... Alright, so, I don't know. You know what? Let's go for you know what? I can. All right, I'll pick stealth suit. Okay, auto lab done. Oh, you provide a labor bonus, right? Yeah, and that's actually pretty solid right there. I don't need an atmosphere renewer here. This is an entirely tolerant population. Wait, not a Fusor. Oswin. There we go. Hey, 12, 11 turns. Perfect. Actually, it'd be even less once the leader arrives. It'll get even faster. Okay, I think I will have you do much the same. Okay, let me see. Right now, 10% offense, 25% defense, and I've got 11 spies. What is my ground combat rating right now? That's not an easy thing to look up. Look up your ground combat total when you're not actually in a battle. Oh, I know where I can do it. I have to visit a colony screen. Lick down in the corner. Plus 15. That's pretty pathetic. Actually, that's scary pathetic. You know what? I changed my mind, and that is something I can totally do. Yes. Lobsters in space! Yes, indeed. Are we? Aren't we? Yeah, we're gonna switch that over. Can do that without penalty. As long as I stay within the same field, anyhow. I forget how it works if I jump ship. I think it actually just transfers over, but if you've over-invested in something expensive and then jump to something cheap, all the surplus is going to be lost. It's the way the tech works in this game. Never get more than one a turn, and it's all percentage rules anyway, so yeah, any surplus is lost in those rare cases where it actually comes up. Yeah, I'm gonna get personal shield. I like my current spy rating a lot more than I like my current ground combat rating, so just in case, we'll look into that. Stream seems to be running fairly smooth tonight. I did actually upend something and made a major change that is probably completely invisible to all of you. I do not have Firefox running right now. As a matter of fact, I uninstalled it. I have WaterFox running right now, and so far, I am extremely happy with it. I am loving it right now, and I am hoping that it helps things run a lot smoother in the future. So far, it's doing an admirable job, but we'll just have to wait and see. Look it up. Look it up. It's well worth it. I made a tweet earlier about how Google is failing me. Web browser that doesn't totally suck arse, and it gave me nothing, you know. Absolutely nothing. As a matter of fact, you probably shouldn't even read the bottom suggestion that it provided. That was something I probably shouldn't have tweeted in the first place, but I'm not going to change it. Yeah, I was very disappointed, but just trying to look up something more about options for a proper 64-bit browser. WaterFox came up, and it was a very easy transition learning that from Firefox. It's also based on Mozilla, but this is pretty damn good. Alright, I think I have wasted enough of your time talking about something you don't care about. Go back to the game. We shall, we'll get an Oswin here. That's kind of slow, but you'll make it better. We'll be there next turn. The humans! Ooh, did I... Oh. Yes, I did. Quite a few, in fact, but you're still building up your own stuff. I wonder if I could possibly... Yes. Never, if you have rush bought something, move its place on the list. You will screw it up. I will very carefully put that in second. Very carefully. I am hoping that I can actually get those colony bases out, or at least 2 of them, before you land. I don't know how much money the next one's going to require, but I've got some funds, so let's see what'll happen. Ooh. Actually, these are all sort of equivalent. Once I get the radiation shield built, these will become barren, so, that's only a temporary downside, and the fact that these are rich is good. This one, of course, is larger. Better growth rate to get started with, too, but these are mineral rich. This one is larger than this. This one is also large, but it's also heavy G. I'd have to build another building there. I'll go for the one with the greatest long-term potential. It'll be slower to start. I like to think of Water Fox as an extinguished Firefox. All the things that are really obnoxious about it. Yeah, I realize it's not a totally workable search, but you figured somebody had to have put an article out there by that name, right? That's what I would have hoped. Just colonized. Okay, let's see. Well, given the nature of this... Well, let's see, production first. So, automated factory and robo-miner plant. Definitely would come first. From there, gravity generator, obviously. Then radiation shield, actually, be next, I think. Then we've got the marine barracks and the holo simulator. Wow, that's just getting things prepped. Definitely gonna take some time to get this up and running. Oh, geez, and hydroponic farm. People gotta eat. People gotta eat. Okay. What have we got here? Another auto lab. This is a smaller world. Only mineral abundant. 20 turns for an Oswin? Don't even bother. Just go for research instead. I will set you to housing. I will take that approach. Yeah, it looks like I might be able to get one more colony base here, if I can afford it. Yes. Yes, I can. There we go. They only brought one colony ship. They can't take both of them. I will gladly take whichever one is left. What other, This is the remaining unpopulated planets out there. I don't think that's gonna change it either, no. Not a whole lot. Looks like we've got a couple on Null. One's still on Ursa here. Should probably get on those before more colony ships start flying around. Like the humans are starting to actually get some ships built. I have the feeling they're going to be at war with the Trilarians soon. That is a lot of spies. I hope you don't have them sent against me, or there's going to be an issue. Because I haven't been terribly aggressive this game doesn't mean I can't be. Because we have that non-aggression pact and other treaties doesn't mean that I won't kick your ass to the curb if you start spying on me. If you're spying on the Trilarians, I'm sort of okay with that. For now, anyway. There we go. I like to sort by food. It's often the #1 thing I need to manage in this screen. Is getting that leveled out. Surplus food you do get money for every... It's half a BC for each surplus food you get. There is the fantastic Trader's racial pick, which will double that. You'll get a full BC for each surplus food. So, under that circumstance, that could be a way of trying to make some money, especially if you've got a lot of farming techs. I don't like that at all, especially with, you know, my race being cybernetic at all. I want to be generating as little food as possible. I want everybody else doing production or research. Food is not like it is in the Civ games where accumulating food gives you growth. No. You have a growth rate that is independent of that based on other factors. If you have insufficient food, you are penalized by how much you are missing, but it does not affect your growth rate. Surplus food in this game simply gets you money, and in a very inefficient manner. So food is basically just what you generate when you need to. I do not want surplus. You demand I start spying? Also, Box Ghost. Good to see you here. Don't think I said hello to you yet. Didn't catch you sneak in. Alright. Scrapped colony base! Oh. Jerks. Man, and we had a non-aggression pact, too. The game just straight up doesn't let me do it that way. So all I got was money for it. Oh well. Yeah, we can just get the research here. Oh! But where did he go? Oh no, he's actually still present. He is still present. Oh well, maybe he'll leave. There is, after all, an extra planet there. His ships don't stick around, but I have the feeling they will. Oh, there's the personal shield. Okay, so... this tier, though. I do like the lightning field. I like it a lot. I just have trouble actually finding the space to put it on a ship. Missiles, torpedoes, and fighters. All those little swarmy things that can deal significant damage to a ship. Right before they would impact, the lightning field will take out half of them on average. Pretty solid tech right there, especially if you haven't been able to invest in decent point defense weapons or ECM jammers. The lightning field is a very, very solid solution to that. It takes all those avenues of approach and cuts them in half. Pretty solid. The Pulsar. Very unique weapon in this game. It's radial. It's sort of a circular blast around the ship that fires it. Hits nearby ships. And it's a decent amount of damage that it deals, and the larger the ship is, the more it takes. It's 2 to 24 times the target's size class, because vibration is vibration. Against a Doomstar, it's doing nearly 150, if you're lucky. So, it's cute. I don't have a really strong use for it. It's great for dealing with those large swarms of small ships. It's not nearly as useful as its equivalent in the original game, but that is actually still, under the right circumstances, pretty solid. If you get there soon enough with a ship with decent missile protection and a pulsar, that's a good way of dealing with that massive swarm of missile-bearing frigates that some players like to try to build up. And then we have the Warp Interdictor. I just like saying that word. Interdictor. So, I love this thing. I really do. I do have trouble trying to decide when to build it. And I will usually go for the lightning field, to be completely honest. But it is something I am very happy to have when I do have it. If you have a colony with a warp interdictor that enemy ships are on their way to, and there is no defense for this in the game whatsoever, once they get 2 parsecs away from the colony, they are suddenly trudging through molasses. It will take them 2 more turns to get to your colony. Chic. Guaranteed. Which means that you will always have that 2-turn window if somebody's coming your way of being like, oh crap, time to send my fleet there. That can be huge. It means you're never getting ambushed. The only way to stop a warp interdictor from functioning is to frickin' destroy it. And there is no, as I recall, technology for circumventing it. So, that is a very, very solid choice of technology right there. I am very fond of that. And especially given how spread out I am, I have to admit that is extremely tempting. But I happen to know that my enemies already have pulsons out there, so I'm going for the lightning field. As it is, my point defense is still fusion for the most part, and that is not going to cut it for long. I know this. I very much know this. Alright, looks like... Whoa, he's got a colony ship still moving around there. Well, how about we try this again? Colony base, please. Funny thing was, he didn't even build a colony. He left. Was it this one or nothing? Was that what he was thinking? At any rate, let's get that. Rushbot. Not want to, tempt fate again. Oh. I don't want to tempt fate this way either. There we go. Alright, we are gonna move on here. I think yeah. I will have my first 2 Oswins next turn. One start there. Oh, let's mix it up. Let's go for that one next. And those things. Okay. Automated factory, robo-miner plant. Alright, I have low G people. Gravity generator. Green barracks, hollow simulator. Hydroponic farm. What am I missing? I know I'm missing something. Oh, research lab. There. Buy that first one. Get you started. I need to start getting some silicoids onto those worlds. Yay! More ship. Does this... Let me visit this colony briefly. Alright, it does. Okay, great. They've both finished building in Oswin. For the moment, let me put them onto housing and research. Get that sped along. It occurs to me that at this point I would rather get the lightning field and the class 5 shield and shield capacitors, actually, and then design a new version of the ship, even more defensive, rather than go to build yet another one right now. Preferably. We've got room. Not to mention that I'm going to be pulling people off those planets once again. Auto Lab finished here. Okay, and I think... Or how's this? Is actually plenty of room for housing here. Here we go. Big research. Auto Lab finished here. This is a smaller one, although the leader's there now. Oops. Yeah, let's just go research for now. Okay. That has gone up significantly. Of course, I am actually doing proper research now. Another... Will you stop farming? There's no reason for you to be doing that whatsoever. I demand that you stop farming! Heck, this is a Gaia. Let's do that. I would like another freighter fleet. Actually, I should probably build several while I'm at it. Let me just squeeze these in here, so I'm not interrupting production of anything else. That one will be next turn, and the others I can easily wait on. Works for me. Yes, I demand that you stop farming. Exactly. Alright. Yes. Where are those beautiful, beautiful ships? They're stuck in the corner of the galaxy. They should probably be somewhere a little more, shall we say, central. Get to where they need to get to. Oh, and there's a colony ship at Agka. Probably on its way to Ursa. I think I'll get there in time, actually. But I'll at least send them this way. Of course, they can gain a lot more experience hovering over Kryzlon, because there are 3 planets there. All of the Space Academy. I sort these by name again. I think that's actually my top. It's tied with Koldon. There are 3. Oh, and Nason also has 3. Those are other places I could put them, but they're kind of no better off, really. May as well keep my entire fleet together. As a matter of fact, once I get them at the same colony, I can move leaders from one ship to the other. I can move them onto the Titans. Since they're at the same location, that will be instantaneous. Rear Admiral Care, the smuggler, is leveled up. A little bit better evasion there. Okay. Nope. Alright. 60% chance of the lightning field coming in. I hope it does. I have quite the food surplus, and it's your fault. Go away. Pull you off as well. No, darn. Actually, now that I've got that freighter fleet, time to move some silicoids to colonies that don't have any. That looks to be a decent place to pluck one. Send you here. Will work. 4 turns in transit. Right. There we go, got the tech. What is it with the puns in my chat channel? What is it? Well, as mentioned, Class 5 shield. 125 hit points per arc. And that 30% will be at 100% when I get the shield tech itself first. Auto lab, huh? Alright. This does not look like the sort of place I would be trying to build a ship. Well, let's go for housing instead. Okay. Got my ships gathered up at one spot. Get you onto one of these. Guess I would want you on that one. For the moment, you're a higher. Yeah, you're a higher level, better stats. Oh, the other one. Yeah, I think I'll do it that way. Okay. And let's buy some robo-miner plants. Then you'd really be able to get some production done on your own. Oh, here we go. Incoming jump scare. All your petty squabbling with the other beings in this galaxy are meaningless. The Antaran fleet will destroy you all, one by one. Yeah. They're what you'd call ugly. Yeah, the Antarans are not pretty. Ooh, here's one of the more interesting ones. Maybe not necessarily one of the better ones, but certainly one of the more interesting ones. Rear Admiral Mystic X, whom you might recognize from Master of Magic. Making a crossover appearance here, as if he were some sort of mystical immortal being. Superior Navigator, Superior Security, which boosts ground combat rating for ship crews. There's that assassin ability I mentioned before, so if somebody sends a spy against me, there's an 8% chance each turn this guy'll just finish them off for me. The operations stat, that's +8 command points. Basically, the ship that you put him on, a couple of others, he's like, I got this. I'll maintain him for you. And he is actually a superior researcher. Nice to see that on a ship captain. I will gladly hire Rear Admiral Mystic X. And I will also gladly part with one of the other leaders that I've already got sitting here in order to get him... yes. Take your time. In order to get others coming in. Although, when it comes to the ship captains, I'm not as compelled to do this. As a matter of fact, I might just keep the ones I have. There are no real ship captains as compared to the colony leaders that make me go, holy crap, I desperately want that guy. Not to mention, there can also be a bit of a turnover rate, as ship officers can actually get killed. Mind you, so can colony leaders. If the last planet at a star that they are currently administrating gets bombed to oblivion, they will actually be killed in that process. So you actually can lose colony leaders. But the ship officers do seem to have a bit more of a churn rate, so to speak. I actually don't feel compelled to fire any of my ship leaders, especially given that I've got Antarans coming for me. And I know they are coming for me because A, there are no other worlds here that they could be going after other than my own, and B, yeah, if you get that little cutscene, they're coming for you. 100% of the time. Yeah, Sorry, I was a little slow on my warning there. Tried to be faster about it. Alright. At any rate, we are sitting on lots of surplus freighters. Let's move one of these to cooldown 4 this time. And do I have any others where I don't have a subterranean presence? Null Prime and Nazen 1 and 3. And it looks like they're getting closer to their population caps. Okay. I think it's time I got some silicoids headed out that way as well. For those of you who missed it earlier, the silicoid in this game are subterranean, so I can actually fit them on a planet that has otherwise hit its population cap. They can grow a separate, independent population there, and I am letting them do so. I just need to remember to build the bloody alien management centers when they arrive from these, and I have been forgetting that. Thankfully, I just remembered it again, so once they arrive, I should be able to get right on that. Planet for Colony Base and Cold On system, the only one left. Here we go. Here we go again. Automated factory, robo-miner plant, radiation shield. That was what I left off last time because the planet didn't need one. Gravity generator, hollows, at least not yet. That planet wasn't actually irradiated. It's gonna be marine barracks, hollow simulator, and hydroponic farm. Good, I will buy that factory so you can actually get something built here. As a matter of fact, I might want to transfer a leader there, as I've got 4 planets there now. And most of them are new, so they're going to be doing a lot of production for a while. Starbase done, building a battle station, okay. It's colony base. Oh, So, the moment I left Ursa, in come all the other ships. So that's going to be interesting. They're going to be fighting over that, I guess. Oh well. Here I go again on my own. Heading down the only road I've ever known. Okay, yep, you're the new one. Here you go. Boink. Okay. Yes, if I sort by name, I would have 4 worlds on that one planet, and they're all going to be doing a lot of production for quite some time. So, I realize you just got on Nazen there, Grog, but I'm moving you. Sorry. There you go. As a matter of fact, I might want to move you off of home now, although I have the feeling that's actually still the best place for you. In general, that probably will continue to hold, yeah. Alright, +7 food. Let me do something about that real quick. Hey, a silicoid farmer, bugger off. Oh, I am short freighters if I do that. Have a actual proper farmer there then. Pull one off of somewhere else. Oh, that was pretty much perfect. There we go. 47% chance, which I hope kicks in. I hope it kicks in. Yay, it didn't. Oh well. I'll make sure that's 100 before I click it again. Settler has arrived on Cold On II. I want to make sure I visit that, but they're gonna bring me here first. Finished building Oswin. The game is Master of Orion II. Battle at Antares, nose itch %. Ah, the housing. Let's get some more research going. I have an objective. Hey, what do you know? 2 birds, 1 stone. Although that is a bit... probably overkill. See if I can... Oh! Close, but not quite. There we go. Perfect. Just enough to get 100. Ideal. Ah. Hey, Nazen. Yeah, you'll actually get there in time. So go ahead. Uh-oh. Did I leave one on null? Oh, I left 2 on null. Yeah, I had to get to, maybe I guess I should have bought some colony bases or something? Definitely a little, slow on that. Sometimes I get so occupied building up the colonies I already have, I forget there are more that can be made. Especially when I do finally get to the point where it becomes cost-efficient to do so. Alien Control Center is what it actually calls the building itself. Even though the tech is for Alien Management Center. A little something they overlooked there. Alright, that gets prioritized because that's basically a morale booster and it's cheaper than all the other ones I've got down there. I think it costs the same as a Marine Barracks. You are going to, benefit from my rush buying that for you. And... I have exactly the freighters I need. Let's send someone from Chrysalon to one of the Nazen worlds. You... because they are finally getting closer to their population cap, and we have no... So actually, there is a silicoid on this one. There isn't one here yet. We do that, and with that having been done, I do believe... Oh, Null Prime! Still don't have a silicoid there. That, yeah, see, there's a silicoid hiding there. In front of that line. Alright, and I just moved one there. I think Null Prime is the last one left. The last one, and then they're all set up. Okay. Totally worth paying the maintenance on the Alien Control Center to do that, to get the population on your planets overloaded in that manner. And the fact that they are tolerant means you just have less pollution you have to clean up, too. They don't mind. You generate less in the first place. Okay, next turn. There will be battle coming up. The Antarans are raiding. There's the Class 5 shield, just in time to be put on my battle station. Hey, shield capacitors. 60% chance of getting it next turn. It's going to be slightly higher because I'm going to take these guys and move back over. 63% chance, and I do believe... Actually... I'm trying to remember. I think the tech roll actually comes in before the battle does, so I think there's actually a chance I can have the space, I think there's a chance I could have the shield capacitors in place for that. Might be mistaken. I guess there's one way to find out. Well, there's a 63% chance that I will find out. Yeah. Let's go and... Oh, well, I got a bunch of food surplus again. Yeah, you. Produce. Nope. That will do. Here they come. We got ourselves a battle. Being shot at right away. Targeting the battle station. Look at that shield. Look at that big, thick, glorious shield I got in just in time. Mind you, the enemy are armed with particle beams, which are naturally shield-piercing, so, yeah, only the actual toughness 5 effect applies. Oh well. Same. Antaran fighters. Little interceptors here. They are the main target for my fusion beams on my battleships here. To nip them in the bud. Whatever that means. Okay. You. I. Really? There's one left, darn. Concentrate fire on just one of these. Reasonable. I think I leave a little space up there. Hard target to hit. Oh, nice! Got it in one. I can help! I swear! Oh well. Alright, here come the Titans. And you missed. Huh. That's okay. There we go, that's more like it. Ships are good at getting in the enemy's face. Anyway, that's what they were built for. You can't help. Oh well. Be moral support. Here are the battle station's armaments. We've got some heavy plasma cannons on there. Missiles. I need a better computer. Scepters and missiles. Oh, that's a satisfying sound. Oh yeah, nice try, but planets cannot self-destruct. There we go. I remembered to show that off. Oh, they got my frigate. A pulsar on that thing. Yeah, you're not looking so hot. What else are you gonna do? That's in my firing arc. It is. Wait. Small amounts, but they add up. Good me. That scout survives. It deserves a refit. Oh, slow to turn. Don't have inertial stabilizers on these things. Darn. Will not be able to fire this turn. Right click. Have them face upward here. Damn. Alright, just enough of an angle. Don't bother with the fusion. Yeah, don't bother with the point defense weapon. That's not what it's there for. There we go. That was a good chunk. I think I'd rather have you just turn. Ooh, there we go. Of course, that was... Boy, I don't think you have any weapons. You don't have anything on you that would be, I would still need a point defense weapon for, would I? May as well fire it. Yeah, I figured as much. Well, I'm sure that explosion did a number on... Yeah, I was probably going to lose you regardless. Whee! Alright, let's start firing on this one. War missiles. Ugh. Yeah, there it goes. So, that's actually not the pulsar it's armed with. It's a, extra fancy version of it called the spatial compressor. It's essentially a stronger version of the pulsar. It seems to be particularly adept at eliminating enemy missiles and interceptors, which is precisely what it just did. Oh well. Let's battleship can start swinging around a little. Huh. Point blank. Try and dodge this. Daisy. Right in its face. Oh, sir. Boom. Not adding up the way I would like, but okay. Alright, what have we got? Decent. Those. Just in case. They might hit. Immobile! Still 11 crew on there. Nope, I got none of them. Single one. Neutron blasters and might still manage to get the occasional one, and I've got lots of ships to try to... Oops. I kind of clicked the wrong button there. Oh well. Oh, at least they managed to destroy the ship in the process. So, yay, victory. There's the shield capacitors, which I apparently did get, but I did not see those on the battle station, so, bit of that question was no, it does not work that way. And now I have to admit, it's actually tempting to go for was right under the Class 5 shields, given that I've come this far. The cloaking device, pretty much exactly what it sounds like it is. I got quite a bit of mileage out of the cloaking device in the first game. Usually don't bother with it here. I usually don't find much use for it in this game, oddly enough. But, yeah, basically when you have a ship with it, it hasn't attacked yet, it has a significant boost to defenses, plus 80 to the beam defense number. Missiles have a 50% chance to miss, meaning they cease to exist, essentially. They blow up without actually damaging the target, I guess. As long as the ship doesn't fire, allowing you to rush in close. That little bit safer. And I suppose I could make good use of that, especially given my strategy. But I would rather fire on the enemy as I approach, for whatever reason. Recloak, which would happen automatically, you spend a turn not firing, and they will become safe again. It works pretty much the exact same way it does in the original, although I just don't find it as useful. Hey, Alley Cat. I should probably direct you back to my first episode of this, but the quick version is each field is on its own path, as it were. And with each tier that I reach, I have to choose which application I want to research on it. There are racial picks, creative and uncreative, that affect that. When you're creative, you don't have to pick. You get all of them when you research one. And when you are uncreative, at the very start of the game, your choices are made for you. When you take a peek at this, you won't see choices at each tier. You will simply see listed the one the game will let you research. It is chosen at random at the very beginning of the game. The stasis field at this tier. This is one of the technologies that is banned from hot seat games when we play on the PC as opposed to the Mac. This basically allows you to bubble an enemy ship. While the stasis field is active, that ship can't do anything. It's almost like it ceases to exist. It can't be attacked. It's like time has simply frozen for it. But here's the thing. Yeah. There's nothing in the PC version of the game that prevents you from, after having bubbled something, on a later turn, turning off your stasis field, loading your weapons on that ship, and then turning it back on again right away. It literally makes that ship completely non-functional. It is beyond broken and is very much a bug. And version 1.6 on the Mac, they supported it longer. They made it so that you cannot turn off and then back on a ship system on the same turn, which solves the problem with the stasis field and another similar technology that has the exact same exploit later on in the game, the phasing cloak, which pretty much does the same thing but on the other side. You are completely invulnerable until you turn it off. And that's when you can attack, and in the PC version you can turn it right back on again, and hey, you're invincible completely. Yeah. You will not see me research stasis field or phasing cloak, because I very much consider those cheating. It is something that is allowable within the game. It is as it was coded in, but it is definitely, without a doubt, and confirmed by the Mac version, a bug. It is an exploit, and I will not be using that. But hey, it's your game. If you're playing this on PC, knock yourself out if that's what you want to do. That is totally a way you could easily cheese this game. Just the smallest ships you can build with stasis fields, just one per target. As long as you outnumber your opponent, there's nothing they can do. And once you get to phasing cloak, you can build an invincible ship. So have fun. I, however, will continue to let the game retain a semblance of challenge and not exploit that bug. But it is, of course, a single-player game when you're just up against the AI, so if that's what you want to do, hey, I won't stop you. More power to you. If they didn't like it, they should have coded it better. On Macs, they did. At any rate, the third technology at this level is the one I'm probably going to get. Hard shields. I actually mentioned this earlier. Takes the toughness effect of a shield and adds 3 points to it. That's not that much, honestly. But it can make the difference, especially if the enemy is relying on heavily modded but weaker weapons, like, say, enveloping fusion beams, even if you still only had the class 3 shield if you skipped 5 for whatever reason. And, it allows the shield to function in some circumstances where it normally wouldn't. There's no nebula in this galaxy. If there were, shields normally do not function in a nebula at all. Hard shields allows them to. If you're the only person with hard shields in a nebula, that tends to be a massive advantage. Hey, my shields work, yours don't. Oh dear. And, the enemy transporter tech that allows you to beam a boarding crew on someone else's ship, even if it's still mobile? Yeah. Normally all you have to do is shoot out that shield arc between you and that ship and you can use your transporters. Hard shields prevent that. If you have hard shields, they actually have to take out the shields entirely. They have to disable the entire shield generator in order to get transporters to work. So, that's a very, very strong defense. against a strategy that my race is very much vulnerable to. Very much. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, shield piercing will no longer work against shields with these active. And incidentally, hard shields, I think that gets put automatically on things like battle stations. I think it's a separate ship system you have to install when you build a ship. But yeah, those naturally shield-piercing weapons the Antirans have, yeah, they can go fuck themselves. I saved that one for last for a reason. I am taking hard shields. Okay. Oh, wow. I feel like it's been a long time, but... still got... still like half an hour before break time. Oh. Okay, so you got an Oswin built. We'll go ahead and put you on house and tech for now. Once I get hard shields, then I'll design a new ship. I will design a new ship at that time. I think, however, I do still want to build those two that are in the pipeline right now. Let's get an alien control center prioritized for you. Your colonist hasn't arrived yet. Can't afford that robomine yet either. I do, however, have the freighters to spare. Let's see. Did I... Yes. Null Prime is going to have 3 races on it. Let's pull you off here. On you go. Okay. That should be totally a thing. A +8 food? I can do something about that, surely. Yeah, I have a silicoid farmer again. Some odd reason. Let's part with that. Alright. I see ships roaming around. This does concern me, but only slightly. There is a star system where I and the Trilarians peacefully coexist. There is a star system where I and the humans peacefully coexist. And there's a star system where the Trilarians and the humans peacefully coexist. How oddly pleasant. Don't usually see moments like that in this game. So be it. Settler has arrived on Coldon Prime. Not going to let me go there just yet. Housing. Housing, please. Lots of it. Here we go. Let us get that colony. Alien Control Center. Oh. Actually, yeah, go ahead and build those. Oswin's coming. Right. Yet another Oswin finished. Raring to go. Housing, please. I need an atmosphere renewer here. Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, things are starting to get to the point where I might want to consider selling off those hydroponic farms. Mind you, I've got plenty of money right now. Once you've got the whole farming situation nailed down. Thing about the hydroponic farm. Where's that? Well, that won't actually show it to me, will it? I need a build queue where I haven't built one yet. There we go. Yeah. A hydroponic farm costs 2 gold per turn to maintain. If you don't need the food it generates anymore, and you're not... if you're a fantastic trader, you break even. If you're not, then you are essentially losing money to it, because it literally would serve no purpose for you at that point. The 2 food it is generating can get you 1 gold. And I suppose it actually can save you a bit of maintenance on freighters, But that is so cheap as to really not be a concern. I mean, right, I am paying some maintenance for freighters, but it's only 1% of my entire economy. It is minuscule. It is a very, very small amount. It's like 1 BC per turn for everybody. So it really doesn't even factor in. I would rather just get rid of the hydroponic farms and stop building them entirely and save money. As a matter of fact, I think I've talked myself into doing that right here and now. I think it is time for them to go. Things are otherwise secure. I do not have one here. I could actually look and see how much food the planet has. This one I know has one. It doesn't need it anymore. And this gives you a nice quick little influx of BC as well as you sell all the buildings. You do get money as you scrap them. I can sell the one here. The one thing that you do have to worry about is if a planet gets blockaded and you can't ship food into it anymore. At that point, having the hydroponics present, having that food that they themselves are growing, can actually really help the place from starving to death. But again, my colonies, you know, my people are cybernetic. I've got a bunch of, I've got some actual lithivores here, a good number of tolerant races. Guy, I am not concerned. And I have a significant fleet. I should not be blockaded for long at this point. I've got things under control. As such, I don't think I need these anymore. Won't have one either. Prime probably does. There's no shortcut for this, unfortunately, like there is in Alpha Centauri. I just have to go colony by colony, and I actually have to physically find the hydroponic farm in the image they show me and click it. There is actually no simpler, straightforward method of simply telling the game, sell all my hydroponic farms. Sort of unfortunate, really. I have it in your queue. I'm just going to remove it, then not build it. Should take its place in the queue here. Oh, spaceport. Spaceport next. It's going to be the same deal here. Move that. Spaceport. Astro University. Research lab. That will do. On 3. The hydroponics. That's okay for now. I will have that fixed momentarily. Ooh, okay. Garrison, Base Academy, Starbase, Battle Station, Auto Lab. Fill that queue in. Was here, okay. Hold on, there's hydroponics. Yeah, biospheres. Spaceport Astro University. That'll fill that in nicely. Yes, okay. I apologize for how long this takes, but fortunately that's just the way they designed this. Hydroponics. Or hydroponics. Whoa! I just totally screwed that up. Oh. Oh, we have no alien control center either. Perhaps my one complaint about the interface in this game. Hey, Jelly Dots! Good to see you here. What is my Twitch icon? That is the High Score Guardian from the arcade game Butasan, my favorite. I'm one of the best players in the world at that game, apparently. As far as I can tell, I'm the third best at present. It is, I have a couple of plays of the game highlighted. You can check the list down below. It should be right at the top of my list of high scores. One where I finish the game on 1 credit, and one where I don't but score higher. I've been trying to replace those with one highlight where I do both, but that hasn't happened yet. Yes, very fond of that game. It's pretty much the perfect arcade game. It's pigs throwing bombs at each other. I think, yeah, I screwed that one up. One of these up. What was it? Nizen 3 that I screwed up? Yes, okay. You can only scrap one building a turn. Alright, so I'll have to remember to come back to Nizen 3 and fix that little screw up. Okay. And one more. Here we go. I've got plenty of freighters. I just need to generate the food, and I have got ideal place to do that from. Andromeda, the Gaia world, it can be the big food exporter. I am fine with this. I just need to kind of launch it. And I am going to be paying, yeah, a little bit more maintenance on my freighters now, but still, that's like 2 extra BC than compared to what I was playing before. This is the BC I'm pulling in it. You know, it's like, it's such a tiny amount compared to what I would be paying to maintain all of those hydroponic farms. So, definitely a thing to do. Just in case, I'd like to get more freighter fleets up. I am going to have to keep my freighters available. Make sure that I have the options, the spares. You only pay maintenance on a freighter fleet that you're actually actively using. Yeah, these... I have 1 to spare right now. In a turn, I'll have 15 more, but if I'm not using them, I'm not paying for them. They can just sit there until needed. Don't actually maintain them. Very useful. There's hard shields. Okay, I have new ship to design. Ooh, do I want to get the wide area jammer while I'm at it? I think I kinda do, but don't need to, but it's so tempting. Alright, well, Class 7 shield is exactly what you think it is. It's exactly the scaling up from the other shields. It's perfectly linear. Planetary Flux Shield is essentially an upgrade to the Planetary Radiation Shield. It gives the planet toughness 10. Goes to toughness 5. In the long run, that's just not enough of a difference, really. It just kind of doesn't make enough of a difference. Do I know Code of Princess? No. Although I've heard that term bandied about recently. I think it's a game from someone that I know, or it's similar to a design or something. I actually don't know. I know it's a game, and one that people might suspect I would like, but I do want to get a better computer. I do. Especially since I already have Autolab. The easier choice here. The structural analyzer is a difficult thing to not take, but my problem isn't the amount of damage that I deal. The problem is actually getting the weapons to hit in the first place. It would be useful. Not strictly necessary, but it would be useful. Well, it wouldn't take that long to get to either. After what happened yesterday in Jagged Alliance, I'm not sure how much I really want to listen to others in chat, but that was actually something I said myself. That was very much something I was saying that I probably should get. And I was actually missing a few times. Yeah, I should do that. Yeah, thank you for reminding me, Box Ghost. That is probably a good idea. Probably more important than Wide Area Jammer. That I can probably wait on a little bit longer. I do have... Actually, I have lightning fields now, so I can probably make do with just that alone, come to think of it. Alrighty. Okay, so I do still want to get ships built quickly. Oh man. It's tough to pass on the Xeon missile. I have no need for thorium fuel cells, so I would guess I would just get adamantium. I'm actually hoping I get Centronium when I sack Orion, which is probably not going to be all that far off from now. The plan is definitely do it by the end of the night. Yeah, I had this major breakthrough game of Panel de Pawn. It was just something I was intending to squeeze in during a Throwback Thursday, and I figured, you know, I'm halfway decent at the game. It might last a few minutes, but that's fine. I was on an amazingly good run. I was hitting most of my million-point shots. I was like, oh, I'm in this for the long haul. I'm finishing this one out. We're getting a high score out of this. That was a breakthrough game for me. I'm very happy with that one. Oh, no, Panel de Pawn is a different game, yes. It's easy to get those two names mixed up. Yeah, Puzzle de Pawn is a different game, yes. Okay, yes. And it's actually become one of the cheaper fields I have left, so I will indeed go for computers right now. What I want is actually up here. So first, I need to get through one of these. Emissions guidance system I talked about earlier. If it has a tailpipe, you can cram a missile up it. Range Master Unit is actually an alternative to the computers. Works in a different way, in such a way that it stacks, as a matter of fact. It takes the actual distance from your target and divides it by 3 and uses that as the distance that determines whether you hit or not. The computers still do the whole calculating, adding into the offense, defense, whatever. But a Range Master unit is actually a fairly strong means of getting your shots to be accurate. However, and especially because I passed on the previous Spiral booster, I think I will take Cybersecurity Link this time and get that added in. Okay, so we have a battle station finished here on this ultra-rich world. This is definitely a colony that should be doing production. Autolab, Space Academy, and call me back actually, because I want to get that. I want to get those techs first. And once I have a really good ship design, then I will call you back. The ship that I am about to design and build, once I have enough of those to actually use up the command points I'm sitting on, I can probably sack Orion. In fact, it probably won't even be that difficult. That is my current plan. Oh, I did not get the tech, and it's a 100% chance now. I'm going to have to even that out. You've got plenty more things to build. Mostly defensive in nature now. Missile base, radiation shield, fighter garrison, star base, battle station, base academy. Then Auto Lab. No need to build the hydroponic farm. And I believe it was... Actually, I can find it just by being near the bottom here, right? It was, I think it was one of the Nazans? Nazan 3? Yep, there it is. We will destroy that one. Okay. Oh! Thank you so much! Donations are rare, but deeply appreciated around here. Thank you so much for that. Greatly appreciate that. Thank you very much. That, that makes my night. Give me just a moment. I apologize if there's a little bit of hiccuping. That was a lot less hiccuping than usual. Water Fox is making me extremely happy right now. The comment simply reads, "I like your stream." Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. I hope to continue to entertain you. Hopefully, show you some things you don't know. Let's get that RoboMiner plant built. That will speed things up there significantly. Okay, pretty sure I sent one to Null Prime. It's just not here yet, I guess. I am short one food. Let's have you get it. +5. Can I make the day of somebody who needs to do more production? Perfect. There you go. And I need fewer... Fewer scientists. Still fewer scientists. Actually just going to straight up build housing for a bit, I guess. Get a nice chunk of population going. I am probably going to be able to move a lot of these guys over. Leet. Still full up. There we go, 99. Send one of you back over on, say, home 2. There we go. It's worth a little more on home since it's a what's the term I'm looking for? That does lower it to 90. That's where Mentor is. That's where the leader is. Mentox, the fresh maker. Okay. Get another leader on. Oh yeah. Never put you on a ship, did I? Let's fix that. Let us fix that. Most of my fleet's at Samson. That is a separate pair of ships. Head them over. Okay. There it is. Cybersecurity link. Better spy defenses. Autolab was at this tier, but since I got it from Mentox, don't need to research it. I already have it. Yeah, Structural Analyzer, any damage you deal to an enemy ship beyond its shields, that's the key part, beyond its shields, is doubled. Doesn't make it any easier to hit. It's just straight up the numbers, the quantity of damage. That is huge, don't get me wrong, but that is not going to help me hit my targets. And right now, that is what is weaker. So I will be going for the Cybertronic computer, which will replace the electronic computer I started the game with. That had a plus 25% chance to hit. This is a plus 100% chance to hit, so yeah, that is a significant gap. That should actually make it so that my plasma cannons won't miss Antarans nearly as much. That is actually an excellent question. I believe it does. I believe it does, Box Ghost. If you are using a shield-piercing weapon, then, yeah, if the enemy does not have hard shields, that's going to be a lot more damage that the structural analyzer can add its multiplier to. So yeah, that is actually that's a very solid approach to take. Ah, here we go. Finally! Finally a spiritual leader. She is definitely one of the better ones that I was hoping to see. There's no doubt about that. But, still not top tier. Note that she is asking nothing from me for now. And a mere 1 BC a turn, because it's taking Famous from Mentox into account here. She will work for no money down! And working for the absolute minimum that someone who doesn't have mega wealth will work for. Environmentalist to reduce pollution. Spiritual leader is a morale bonus. So that is essentially plus 10% to farming and working and research. He also just happens to be a diplomat, so yeah, another plus bonus on interactions with the other players. And she is a telepath. Superior one. This gets added into my defensive spy bonus. Because she knows when someone's creeping around. And yes, she does actually come in with the knowledge of telepathic training. And I'm trying to remember whether I took that or not. I will, in fact, hire her. I will. I want to check my tech list first. Just out of curiosity. Okay, you got an Oswin finished, and I don't need either of those. So, housing time. Bang. I've got a lot of people straight up building. I would like to shuttle back over. Did I ever get... I did. Okay, good. Why is there a silicoid thing here? You, over. More housing. Come on. Might have grabbed the one on the left. What the? No. Must have... No? No. What the... Alright. How did I manage that? Oh well. Lost track of where they came from, I guess. There we go. Alright, I seem to have gotten the researchers back at that. Seems to be, yep. We're doing export quite some. I get you, yeah. Actually, I think it'd be better to do it here. Yeah, let's do it there. Out of curiosity, tech review. We're all under achievements. I actually do not have telepathic training. I let that one go by. So, even better. I will gladly hire her, yes. Alright. It's officially time for somebody else to go now. Just has to be done. Because Cassandra is... As much as I like her... She's actually an Illyrian, I do like that. She's really still at, like, the bottom of the list of the better leaders I want to see come. Guess what, Koldon? I hired you, I moved you, and then I promptly moved you again. Guess what, I'm dismissing you now. Sorry. I think I will be putting Cassandra in onto Koldon in your place. There are still several better ones I want to see come. That is definitely going to cost me money. He was making me a good chunk. But, long run, I feel I am much better off with her. For several reasons. When she levels up, when Spiritual Leader gets better, yeah. That's big. That's really big. Because I populated those planets myself, my own people on them, there is definitely use for the environmentalism. So, yeah, that's actually pretty solid. Pretty solid indeed. Will take her 5 turns to get there. Okie doke. That tech. Huh. It'd take about 3 turns, huh? Oh look! It's a galactic election for me to ignore. Humans abstain. You have 10 votes for yourself. I account for 22! The funny thing is that clearly the Trilarians and the humans have expanded out to enough other colonies and their population has grown. That is not enough for me to win. It isn't. I could actually vote for myself, and I would come up short. 22 votes would suffice if there were 33 votes total. It's greater than that, so not enough. Oh well, I would abstain anyhow. I'm not going to vote for myself. It will just make the Trilarians that much more unhappy. And I kind of don't want to go to war with them. Alright. They got their Space Academy. Given that this colony is ultra-rich, I think I'm going to be leaving it on housing and just straight up build it. It's actually pretty efficient. Look at that. I gain a pop every turn at the current rate. That's, and I've got enough sort of extra here that once that does start to dip down a little, yeah, that's going to grow a pop a turn for a bit. I would much rather do that than this at this colony. Ultra rich. Very strong stuff. Okay. 36 chance of the tech. I've got a lot of extra food. Bloody hell. Alright, that looks to be good. Yeah, it's very convenient to sort by the food listing, and then you can just start moving off the ones on the bottom. Unless you've got one colony where you're generating a massive amount of extra food, and it's not being necessary for shipping. It does show me Autolab again on this research, because it was also under Cybertronics, and it was Cybertronics that I just got. Of course, the application, I actually chose Cybertronic Computer. Just one of the little quirks about the way this game works. The next tier under computers, Android farmers, Android scientists, Android workers, and I'm actually hoping I don't have to research any of them. But that remains to be seen. Just have to wait and see. At any rate, I can't help but notice that biology is decidedly cheaper than anything else sitting here right now. So it's probably a good time to advance up that a bit. Now, the weather control system and the subterranean farms, it's a pretty similar choice to what we I can't scroll back up. Actually, you don't choose between hydroponic farm and soil enrichment. They're on separate levels. It's between hydroponic farm and biospheres. But here we basically have an enhanced version of hydroponic farms and an enhanced version of soil enrichment, and it's our choice between the two. Subterranean farms are essentially a double hydroponic farm. They produce 4 food a turn. I forget what the maintenance is on it, but if I didn't want to have hydroponic farms, I definitely don't want to have subterranean farms. But again, stupidly useful thing to have. Especially if you are under a deep war situation and you know you're going to have a lot of colonies blockaded, being able to get food directly from buildings like that is huge. Especially if you are playing a cybernetic race like myself, where the food essentially goes twice as far. Instead, I would be going for the weather control system, which is an actual building, unlike soil enrichment, which is effectively a building you can't sell and becomes permanent and you never pay maintenance on. The weather control system is something that you would actually pay maintenance on. You would build it, and you could scrap it later. Plus 2 food per farmer. So if you have a designated farming planet, as I now do, you basically build your weather control system there. And don't really need to build it anywhere else. And the freighters make it totally worth it. It's a lot cheaper. This is one of those buildings that may seem like overkill, but if you've got things set up right, it easily pays for itself. And that is exactly the situation I am under right now. Weather control system, please. And the humans want to have a chat. An alliance! Yes, Zotmeister, now is the time to cement the bond between the Zotanian people and the humans. From now on, we two are one! How about it? I'm actually curious to know what the rest of you would think about this. Because, you guys talking about my math failure when I played Master of Orion 1? I suppose that's only fair. Right. So, anyway. Lex Luthor looking. Declare war, fire him. People usually compare him to Captain Picard, in my experience, but I can see the Luthor there. Fair enough, Jezendar, fair enough. Well, here's the thing. If I have an alliance with the humans, then they can't just up and declare war against me. And they will almost certainly be perfectly happy to maintain trade with me for the rest of the game. I can actually start using their colonies for fuel purposes. Obviously, that doesn't matter with the way the galaxy is laid out right now. But in other games, the way things are laid out on the map, that actually can be huge. And they can do the exact same thing. This would actually allow the humans to reach basically anywhere in the galaxy. They would gain a lot more off of this than me. The downside, it definitely means one less player I need to worry about. But the major downside to an alliance is that if war comes out between them and some other race, and in this case, the only ones left are the Trilarians, and they seem to be friendly enough to the humans anyway. In the event that a war does break out between them, I will be expected to take his side. It will be pretty much a requirement. If I don't, all of our treaties are done. Gone over. And I will be the one considered to be breaking the agreements. Because that's what an alliance entails. And that is where the problem lies, because there's nothing in the game stopping him from being the aggressor, saying, I am now going to attack the Trilarians, because actually I don't need a reason. You're my ally, you have to fight with me. So basically I am agreeing to any future aggression that he might happen to have planned. Mind you, if the Trilarians were to attack him, I'd be happy to go after the Trilarians. But, yeah, that is an obligation I really don't want to be saddled with, to be completely honest. And it also might make the Trilarians a little more wary, although it does also mean that the Trilarians would be that much less likely to want to attack either of us, because the AI would take into account, as far as I know, the fact that if it were to attack either of us, it is attacking both of us. If the Trilarians attacked me, I guarantee you the humans would be declaring war against them in short order, or otherwise would be breaking off all of their agreements with me, being like, no, we can't hold up the alliance after all, and that would be on them. So that's basically backstab him. The game does not actually make that an easy thing to do. It really doesn't. There is an actual genuine grace period. If you have an alliance with someone, you can't just straight up attack them, if I recall correctly. The game actually does sort of require you to break the alliance off and then separately declare war. And yeah, you're gonna suffer all of the penalty for that. I don't think it lets you just straight up backstab an ally. If it does, it heavily penalizes you for this diplomatically. Basically, all the other AI players are like, well, you're a total scumbag, we're gonna go kill you now. It's about the only way you can make it worse is final war. Archon Vex, thank you for that follow, greatly appreciate it. Hope you enjoy your stay here. I think the way things are going right now is perfectly fine. Reject. Alright, it is now time for my break. Definitely need to get up, stretch my legs. My water cup here is merely... I tried to mix expressions there. My water cup here is nearly empty. Very little left, and I have no other beverages here, and that's, like, so very wrong for me. I usually have at least 3 drink options in front of me at any given time. So I need to go fix that. I will leave you this pleasant little star field for a brief while, and some video game music. I will see you back in a bit. Great.